Thank you for tuning in to Live Paranormal Spotlight Radio on liveparanormal.com. Hosted by owners Robert Zarek and Nikki Paranormal. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Live Paranormal Spotlight Radio for another special show. My name is Nikki Paranormal, and naturally, that's not my government name. I had to say it in order to make it a LP Spotlight Radio show. Without further ado, I'm going to bring in Rob Zarek. Well, hello.
I was just starting to cough, which I guess is like bad for multiple reasons. One,
wow, yeah,
coughing, and then people thinking I got some kind of disease, but it was just a straight cough. I was more just like it's like a tickle in my throat.
That's another one of those words. But yeah, no, apparently that's how you get the line to move. Like if you want people to move out of your way, if there's a long line, apparently that's the cheat is now to like evidently cough or sneeze, fake sneeze. And evidently it sends the masses running. I haven't tried it yet, though.
Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere with crazy lines because if I go somewhere with crazy lines, I usually don't stay.
Right.
So I don't know if I'd even take the time to like go through to get my stuff and then, move forward with it because I just am not that kind of person who waits in lines. I mean, if you have
right.
If the world's going to end and you need to like wait in line for like one roll of toilet paper or something, then I'm sure I would probably wait, but it's not my thing. You would think as I've gotten older, it would become, something I would want to do, but not really.
Yeah, I understand that. I do. I don't really care for a line either.
So we're back.
I don't know anyone who's like, yes, a line, like, oh boy, I'm so excited. Yeah, no. Unless the line is like you're at the receiving end of the line. Like if you're selling something and there's a line, you're like, yeah. Other than that, no.
That's what we need. We need to be
a line?
That person selling. No. Nope.
Okay. Well, if we were selling stuff. Right.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
We should start selling readings because our readings are popular. Our free reading shows are really taking off.
I'm sure if we gave away free items, we might get a line too.
Free items, but it's $99 shipping for us to send it to them. That's the gimmick.
Now you're starting to sound like Amazon. So I thought that was just eBay, but I was, perusing the internet, looking, some window shopping, kind of like I think everyone on the planet has resorted to. And I was looking up some stuff, and Amazon is eerily similar now to eBay, where they'll have a really awesome item that you want, and it's 1 cent. But the shipping is where the bulk of your cost of your item is. And I was like, wow, okay, I didn't have my Prime only, filter on, I guess. And I was like, huh. Then it makes you question, like, if the item's any good, It could be a perfectly great item, but because of that makes me feel like maybe it's not. Maybe I'm alone. I don't know.
Maybe. No,
Could be.
it's actually it actually is a good gimmick because I think a lot of people. Well, I think on eBay, it's not that on Amazon you just don't go through the transaction. I think on eBay you have to there's repercussions and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm sure there are repercussions, but I guess that's one thing you have to be aware of now. Really pay attention because I was doing it from my phone or an old phone of mine, and I wasn't paying attention. And we're all guilty probably of that, of quickly looking at something, going, ooh, I want it. And if you see Amazon's got that buy it now button, buy now, and it'll just do it. You gotta watch out.
You know what, my kids have taken advantage of that before, and not knowing that they did that, it was not good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If I was
I think
only
I gave
psychic,
my
I
kid
could
my
have.
password. Well, I gave my kid my password the one time. Like, I entered it in for him, and then I think it saved it, which was scary. Because, that's, like, linked to your all sorts of stuff. And, well, unfortunately, money does not grow on trees. Therefore, it's kind of scary. If somebody decides to go all crazy, it could be a bad day.
Well, yeah, I think that with the readings though, you don't really have that issue because
No, not at all. Yeah.
that's not a. All right, I believe our guest reader, our friend Tracy Frick, is in the studio, and I believe we should bring her on and start talking to her.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Is this Nikki?
Yep. How are you, dear?
Hi, Nikki. Oh, my God, I miss you guys. What have you been up to?
I miss you, too. Sitting at home like everybody else on the planet.
Yeah,
what
well,
about you?
Well, I'm doing well. Me and my child have been staying at home and bonding. There are days when it drives me nuts, but then I remember how grateful I am that I have the ability. So, but yeah, this whole coronavirus thing, guys, if I can say one thing as a psychic that I can predict for sure, 10 years from now, we're going to look back at this and say this was the catalyst to the change that we needed.
Oh, I'm sure. I think a lot of people have had a wake-up call, in many different aspects.
Yeah, I never washed my hands until now. So there was my...
Rob, somehow I believe that.
Well, I think the last show we did, what was it? Last week we did a psychic show. And I was like, now I need to stop picking my nose and touching my face, which are two of my hobbies. Which I was, just making fun for the show, but that's not really either one of my hobbies. But
Sure.
Well, I don't know where your butt's been, but
right. Exactly. That's funny.
So, I haven't done this with you guys in a while. How are you doing this? Do you have are people calling in? Because I couldn't find the number. I had the number that Rob gave me, but when I went to the website, the link, I couldn't find the number. And that's probably just me because I'm not very tech savvy, but.
We're going to have people calling in. I sent them the call-in number, and they'll be calling in here in a little bit. And I'm keeping an eye on the studio to see when they call in. So, yeah. That's how we're going to do that.
This would be good practice for me because I'm considering starting my own show with you guys. I'm going to be totally honest. I've been afraid because it seems like I started my YouTube channel, and it took a lot of educating myself to learn just how to upload a video without screwing it up.
You're not alone there. You are not alone there. We still run into challenges uploading sometimes, even though, we like to think of ourselves as seasoned. There's always some little niche or change that comes about that throws us for a loop every once in a while. So you're not alone with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the old age. I haven't even got a website yet. Just Facebook, and I am on Instagram. I'm not quite sure how to use it yet, but I am there.
Nice. You're getting there.
I'm getting there. Baby steps.
Yeah, that's right. That's what matters. That's good.
Well, I'm glad you guys are doing well, and you're not, being too affected by this. I did, just to give myself a little plug here, I did just upload today a channeled message where I channeled a message from Spirit on the whole coronavirus thing. And you guys know I like to talk, so it's kind of lengthy. However, every time I had something important to say, my camera just magically shut off.
Ah.
And so I use KindMaster. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the app, but I use KindMaster for my YouTube channel. And normally I'd be able to stitch them all together. And so it's one video instead of part 1, part 2, part 3. And as I was trying to do that, it kept saying that the file was not a recognized file. So anyhow, but if anybody that's listening is interested in my channeled message that I channeled directly from my guides and source, there's a lot of information there if you can get through my glitches, because I had to upload it in 4 little mini pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it'll help a lot of people that are fearful right now and worried about, what's going to happen and how it's going to happen and what's going to be the outcome. Spirit gave me some real detailed information on what we can expect and how we can show up for it. So
awesome.
If anybody's interested, I'm sure you guys have the link for my YouTube channel in the link that you shared. So
we have that, and we have the link to your Facebook page, your Facebook business page.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on top of things.
Yay!
Yeah.
I need you to come visit me, Rob, because I'm having trouble with my YouTube. You know what an AdSense is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's how you get paid through YouTube.
That part
it won't let me log in. It will not let me log in. I don't know what's going on. Every time I hit the login, it takes me right back to login. I've changed my password. I've done everything I can think of. But I have a code that I'm supposed to put in order to verify that it's me. And I can't even get into it. And I don't know what's going on. I need somebody that's computer knowledgeable to help me do that, I guess.
Well, it's funny because I'm okay at the AdSense. I would say Nikki is better at the computer stuff, but and it's some of those things you never know. It could be the silliest thing. It could just be user error. I had a user error last night I was freaking out about, and it turned out that I was trying to set the show for the day before. And obviously I couldn't set the show for the day before because the day before had already happened.
Yeah, I figure I'm going to go back.
I shouldn't even tell that story because it's a pretty dumb story, but that actually happened.
No, but we're all losing track of days. I think that's really a lot of truth to that, is that we're all losing track of what day it is. With this whole thing, a lot of people aren't having to go to work, kids aren't having to go to school, so you're losing track of like what even day it is, or if it's the next. I know for me, I stay up and I stay up for days, so I'm like, what day is it? Because to me, it's all that first day. It's really like
you know what I like about it is that, like, I'm not living by the time clock. When I'm tired, I sleep. When I'm not tired, I wake. When I'm hungry, I eat. I'm not like, oh, it's lunchtime, I got to clock out and go have lunch, and I get 28 minutes, and then I got to be back. It's like, no, I eat when I'm hungry. I sleep when I'm tired. I create when I'm feeling creative. I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise. I mean, that's hard for people to hear if they're being affected, if they're sick with it, But my spirit guides told me that the upside of this is that how they're going to find a cure or a immunization against it is the healthy people, the younger people that catch it. It's just like a normal flu. They're going to experience the flu, spend a week or two sick, and then they're going to overcome it. And the antibodies that they build up in their system for it is what the scientists are going to use in order to create a cure for people whose immune systems aren't quite as healthy. So, I mean, it's going to change the way we show up on the world because it's crossing borders. It's not us versus them anymore. It's going to be a global thing. It's happening all over the world. And my spirit guides told me the difference between the coronavirus and the regular flu is it's manufactured, and it was manufactured to incubate in the throat for a while before it becomes activated. And so, you can be sick with it. You can be a carrier of it for, a good 5 or 6 days before you come down with the symptoms. And they did that intentionally. And I'm not going to say they, like I'm going to tell you who did it. If you follow on the map where the biggest eruption of it was, you'll know where it happened. But, it was made in a lab. And instead of being leashed on the world, it was dropped and broken and unleashed on the world. And so I think there's a lesson in there that, the people that are playing with fire are the ones that got burned the hardest. And so chemical and biological warfare is not going to be the way we choose to move forward in the new world that we're creating. And so, this had to happen the way it happened. And I'm glad that it happened the way it happened, because now there's a lesson in there, and hopefully, we're all going to survive to learn it.
Definitely hope so. I know for businesses, it's definitely taking its toll on, some of the smaller businesses. Now, granted, if I would have seen this coming, I'm not psychic, so I don't have that ability and, all that good stuff. Because I'm telling you, if I did, I would have bought some stock in toilet paper. Just saying.
Oh my God, is that not the stupidest thing ever? I mean, come on, people. It's not like water isn't going to be available if you have to wash your ass.
Thank you. I know. I said, you know what? I'm just going to make my kids scoot around the yard like my dog. It not only would it be entertainment, but it's also just, conserving what's little's left for me.
I don't know about you, but I've got T-shirts from the 60s and 70s. that have holes in them that I guess I could sacrifice if I really need to,
Oh, we have got plenty of clothes here that I need to sort through, and I should use this time for that, but I'm kind of half working, half not. My hours have been cut, so because of this, but instead of doing like that kind of stuff, sorting, I've been doing laundry, which is still part of the clothes thing. I should sort as I go, but I'm just not that disciplined.
Yeah, I've done a lot of cleaning. Not that you can tell, because I have a 10-year-old boy that's a rampage that, undoes everything I do. However, we've been going for walks. I moved out in the country, so we live right by the creek and not too far from the lake, and there's all kinds of nature out here. And, I've been recommending to my viewers on YouTube to get out into nature because it is spring. Right? And we need to keep our vibration high. We need to be enjoying what we have and being grateful for what we have. And if you accidentally run into somebody, stay 6 feet away, but make sure you say hi.
Exactly. It doesn't hurt to wave from a distance.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And don't be stupid. Like, no offense. I'm not going to name names, but I know a few people that have been going out every single day. It's like, oh, I need to go to the store and get this, and I need to go to the store and get that. And I'm like, hello. Go to the store one day, get what you need, and if they don't have it, then I guess I can see, essentials like food, or water or whatever. But
right.
I know people, I have friends that are, kind of claustrophobic. They don't like being sequestered in their home. So they're just out running the streets and making up any excuse they can to get out of the house. And I'm like, listen, go for a walk.
Right.
Go for a walk. I found 2 4-leaf clovers already. It's not even warm out.
There you go. Look down, right? That's the
right.
message. Look down. Get out. Look down. There you go.
Well, and if you look back over history, with the Black Plague and all of these different things that have happened over history, you would see that, that's when the baby boomers happened, was after the war. And, when people are fearful, they create. I mean, that's when Tesla and all these big masterminds did their most creative work was when they were forced to be in their homes with nothing to do. What do creators do anyhow when they get bored?
Create messes.
Well, when you're asleep, when you're not aware that you're a creator, sometimes we create messes. But once you become aware that you're capable of creating messes, hopefully you are a little bit more aware of how you create. But, I predict that there's going to be a lot of new music written, new poems written, new books written. There's going to be lots of new babies born because everybody's staying home and they're bored as hell. So what are they going to do? They're going to procreate, and it's like I myself am considering doing a time capsule with my son so that, we can look back, because I do believe that 2020 is the year of change. We are leaving the age of Pisces, which was, Jesus incarnate. It was a Christ. Christ is a title, by the way. It's an energy. It's not a person. But, the age of Pisces was the fisher of man. It was the fisherman, right? And so now we're entering into this new age of Aquarius, which is the golden age, and people have been writing about it and prophesying for it for years. It's written on cave walls. The Mayans had a whole calendar about it. And so things are going to be changing drastically because we are leaving an old era, an old age behind. We are leaving Pisces and entering a new age. And, Spirit told me to trust the wave that you came in on. We all are souls that, the avatar is not immortal, but the soul is. And so in order for us to, because we live forever, the soul lives forever, in order for us to continue having experiences here in the 3D reality, we need an avatar. So, there's so many things that are going to be changing for us. We're going to learn new ways of healing. We're going to use vibration and sound because that's what we're made of, So there's a lot of new inventions that are going to come out of this, and I'm, for myself, am excited. And so I believe that as we enter into this new age of Aquarius, this is going to be the year of change. So I really do think that it would be fun. And I might even videotape it and put it up on YouTube. Jesse and I creating a time capsule and burying it, and, the cool stuff we can put in it and talk about, what kind of world we've experienced in our lifetimes and, how might that change in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And, I think we'll look.
I think it's time
What's that?
I think it's time to take some colors. I
can't hear you, Rob. You're all muffled.
It's time to take some colors. We have colors in.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. I'm going to bring in a 571 area code. You're going to be live.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Hi.
Hi, honey. I am Jennifer. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Jennifer. Did you put some thought into what you'd like to ask, Jen?
Oh, I was hoping that. Hold on a minute.
Oops, it looks like she got disconnected.
Oh, no.
Oh. Well, we'll give her a chance to see it. Yeah. Wow, is it going to be the night of the glitch?
I'm telling you, it happened all day. I was trying to make my YouTube videos, and everything kept glitching, and then I couldn't even stitch them back together again.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're going to try for 440 area code. Caller, you're going to be live. Okay, 440.
Hello?
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 Who is this?
This is Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. Is this my Sheila? Hi.
Yes.
How you doing, girlfriend?
I am great. How about you?
You know, I miss my friends.
I can help you with your glitches and stuff. Your computer
stuff. Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
You're going to have to come visit me, girl. Make sure you bring, sanitizer with you.
Okay.
So, did you think of a question, Sheila, that you would like to ask?
I just want to make sure my family's going to be healthy through this corona. And me, of course.
Okay, well, I know that you work around sick people. So you might be at a higher risk than most people, but I know you personally. I know that your immune system is capable of handling it. Your spirit guides are telling me thank you, to tell you thank you, and to give you gratitude because you are one of the volunteer souls that came here to help people, not just during the coronavirus, but throughout your life. And so, we are in gratitude for your service to the collective. And you'll be, like you carry, I know this is going to get kind of woo-woo on people, but there are certain souls that incarnated on the earth plane at this time. That's why I said trust the wave you come in on. And we carry within us certain DNA codes that other people don't carry. And that's because we are going to be on the front line at the event horizon. Not just the coronavirus, but there's going to be many changes that the world's going through. So I think that, if you were to get sick, it would be mild. You would be one of the people whose immune system is going to be able to handle it without any problem. But I would caution you to be careful about, older people that have autoimmune disorders, because those are. But then again, to tell everybody that our 3D avatars are. A lot of us are asleep in the matrix, and we don't know who we are as a soul. But your higher self knows everything about your soul and why you're here and what you incarnated to do. And so the elderly and the people that are going to be experiencing death through this, remember death and birth is a cycle, and we are immortal. And so, the avatar might die away. So there are going to be people who incarnated at this time and volunteered to be the wave that takes the brunt of it. It's their gift to the future. So, if they die from it, they're going to reincarnate and actually inherit their own creation.
Well, funny
so they
you say
will
that
be
because... Are
Go
you
ahead.
there?
Yep, I'm here.
I said funny you say that because tomorrow I start Frontline. And you actually said that word.
Yep.
I will be taking everyone's temperatures as they walk through that door.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, don't be in fear. And remember, you're a conscious creator now, that you know that you're a soul in a body, and that you have the power to choose. You can say, no thanks, I don't wish to participate in the sick part of it. And, say your prayers, cover yourself with prayer and protection, and ask your spirit guides to come in every day, your angels, to protect you. And you are going to be part of the healers that help everybody get through it. So, once again, Sheila, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
And is your mom still alive?
No.
I think your mom's
around
around you. Yes, she's talking to me. She's telling me how proud she is of you. And she said you're absolutely silly with that dog.
Oh, my God. You are right. Oh, my God. I love that dog.
Chin up. You came here. Trust the wave you incarnated on, okay? Because we all are born at a certain time in a certain place for a certain reason, and trust that. Trust that you came here at this time, because you knew that you were going to participate in this changing of the guard, because that's what's happening. We're leaving the age of Pisces and entering into the age of Aquarius, and it is literally a change of guard. And so this is the enlightened stage. This is where people are waking up and realizing their divinity and realizing that we've kind of been letting other forces use our power of creation against us, and we're going to take it back.
Right. Good. I feel better now.
You should, because you like I said, your mom's watching out for you. You got a lot of people looking out for you, and I'm not promising you won't get sick. What I'm promising is that you need to trust the wave you come in on, because anything you experience is an experience that you chose before you came here, and it's going to help change the world. And because your immune system is healthy, you're not going to die from it. You might be homesick for a week or two, but and the people that get sick with it and live through it will be the ones that provide the antibody for those who struggle with autoimmune disorders.
Good. All right.
All right, girlfriend, I love you. You're going to have to come visit me.
I will. I will definitely do that.
All right. Good night.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was awesome. We've got Jennifer back on the line now. Okay, so if you want, I could go ahead and bring her back in now. We'll see what her question is.
All right.
All right. Hi, Jennifer.
There. How are you doing?
Good.
Hi, Jen. It's Tracy. How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm actually doing exceptionally well. Thank you for asking. How's it going on your end?
Very well. I think that I was just going to ask you, I lost my father a year ago, and I just want to know that he's okay. I think that was my question.
Did your father die of something in the chest area, like lungs or heart? Okay, I feel his presence around you. I feel he's healthier than he's ever been, because of course he doesn't have an avatar, so now he's source energy again. Is there a new birth in the family? Is there somebody that's pregnant or going to be giving birth?
Not that I know of. I can ask my mom to see if it's somebody maybe on her side.
Because there's a soul with him that hasn't been incarnated yet, and so it's either somebody that had a miscarriage and the baby never made it, or it's a baby on its way, and your dad is bringing the baby through. So if you get any announcements in the family in the near future, know that your dad wanted to bring that to your attention.
Well, it's just really interesting. I had a miscarriage years ago when I was younger.
Well, this could very well be your child then, with your father.
Oh, wow. That's so great.
Yeah, and he loves you very much. Is there something that you put in his casket, like with him, literally in the casket, or in the ground even with him?
Yes, we did. We did put something with him.
Because he's telling me to tell you thank you, that he is aware and he knew that you did it, and he's very grateful.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much. That makes me feel so good.
You're welcome. And remember, we are all souls embodied. The hardest thing to really wrap your head around is that God is everything and everything is God. He said so right in the Bible. God is the Omega, or the Alpha, the Omega. I am everything that was, everything that is, and everything that shall be. So if you really ponder on that, what does that make us?
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot to think about.
So when you lose your body and you go back to source, you are source energy. You are literally God without a body, and you're part of the whole. Doesn't mean that you are God. It means that you are part of the whole. You are part of the fractals that God chose to split off into in order to have contrast and duality and experience. So your dad is very happy to be back with Source, and he will probably reincarnate because most of us do, but we get a choice. We can stay with Source. We can be a guide. We can be angels. We can just, hang out. We have free will.
Yeah.
So, but your dad wants you to know that he loves you very much. There's a song that I'm not familiar with the song, but he's bringing me a song. It sounds almost like a lullaby. Did your father sing a lullaby to you when you were younger?
Yes, to me and my sister.
Well, I think that's what he's bringing to you, but I don't know the song, so I can't really form it to it's got to be in my experience, in my data bank,
right,
for me to pull it forward. But he loves you very much. That's the message.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You have to hear that.
Well, you have a very beautiful night, and thank you for calling in and participating with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
All right. We've got another caller in the queue, if you don't mind. If we could go ahead and bring her on, if that's okay.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. This is the 608 area code, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you in live. Okay.
Oh.
Hello?
Hi. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I can. What's your name?
It's Betty.
Hi, Betty. This is Tracy. How are you tonight?
Tracy, I am good. I just kind of have the chills because some of the things that you're talking about, we were having some light conversations earlier in the day about some of those things that you're mentioning. I'm like, this is absolutely the right time for us to be joining tonight and listening. And I'm so glad we made it through.
Me too. I believe that we're the ones we've been waiting for, right? We're the ones that are going to be here during these darker times and to hold the light, to hold the space for those who aren't awake yet, those people that don't realize that they're spiritual by nature, right?
Right.
So how can I help you? Would you like to pose a question or ask a question that I might be able to give guidance on?
I do. I'm really concerned about, my family overall. Not so much about the coronavirus, which is huge, especially with us all being contained. I definitely feel like we're going to be okay, but I just had some other things going on in my family, and I'm just, I've really been concerned about them and would hope that, one of my people would be reaching out to you to, if there was a message I needed, I most certainly believe that I would get it.
Well, you have, just so you know, I don't know what your nationality is, but you have Native American in your ancestral line. And so there are literally, unless they're your guides, I feel like it's family. So, but there are people around you that you're a little bit more awake than a lot of people. It's almost like you're not, how do I want to put this? You're extremely gifted, but you don't know it. And so you have a lot of guides from the other side. They feel ancestral. I'm not sure they're people that you knew in life, but they are definitely working with you. And I feel like as you progress, as you get older, you are becoming more in tune with your intuition and your empathy, and it's like you know things that you shouldn't know. You feel things that you're not sure are real, but you're gifted, and so you have a lot of guides that guide you through that. And I feel like by this time next year, you're going to even have more of that showing up in your reality. As far as your family, is there a feud going on? I feel like there's somebody that's a little ticked off.
Well, I don't know so much as ticked off as, confused and maybe upset, but I don't know. A lot of it has been centered around my granddaughter, who's also part Native American, which you're absolutely right. And the one that may be confused the most is half Native American. She's an Apache, and I also have Blackfoot on my side as well. So it was really odd that you said that, because it's hitting right on. And I know that I have this knowing thing sometimes where I just know these things to be true. And and just really concerned, the two people I'm concerned about the most is, like, I feel my daughter will work out these issues, but, I worry about my granddaughter and my oldest son.
Well, first of all, your spirit guides are telling me to tell you, don't overreach, because everybody has a predestined plan in action, and there are karmic lessons that everybody must learn in their lifetime in order to ascend into a higher vibrational frequency, which is mandatory at this time. In order for us to create the new world, the new reality, we must raise our vibration. So you're going to have to let them work it out, because it's part of their karmic lesson.
I agree. It's just
so don't
hard.
Overreach. You can. I know. I'm in the same boat. We adopted our children, and we've got 3 of them, older ones that are all living out on their own, and this one's not talking to that one, and that one's not talking to this one, and these are all karmic lessons that they are going to have to work out, because you've learned your karmic lessons. You've had an opportunity to mature and to grow as a spirit and as a human being. And you don't want to rob them of their opportunity to have that same experience. And it is hard to watch. It's hard to sit back and watch people make bad choices, or maybe not even bad choices, but make choices that are going to affect how they show up in the world, right? And
right.
So, but it is part of the walk. I mean, you have to walk the experience to have it and to be able to know the lessons that you will learn from them. So, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in 25 years, going on 26. And, there was a time in my life where I was a little angry at my family and my friends, because I was like, why didn't you send me a line? Why didn't you rescue me? Why didn't you put me someplace where I couldn't do it, or whatever? And the truth of the matter is that I chose that, and I needed to learn from that. And just like, we're going through this whole coronavirus thing, there are people on this planet that are manufacturing biological warfare because they think that they're immune to it and that it's not going to touch them. It's only going to touch who they decide it's going to touch. And Spirit's showing us as a collective that that's not the case, that this thing is going to cross borders, and it's not us versus them. It's going to be us and them having to come up with a solution for it. So let the children be children and let them learn from their experiences, and just trust that, 10, 20 years from now, they're going to be better for it.
Right. I most certainly hope so, and I maybe I just needed that I was going to be doing the right thing, and as hard as it is, it most certainly needs to be done.
Well,
And
you know, what used to really annoy me, because I have a degree in developmental psychology, and when I went to college, you know, they taught us the whole, you know, when somebody wants to talk to you, you just listen, and then, you know, you don't give them answers, you rephrase the question back and make them think about it. And I used to go nuts with that. But the truth of it is that we all have the answers within us, and sometimes we just need a sounding board to bounce it off of, so that, you know, because when it bounces off of something else, it comes back and maybe you can hear it the way it really sounds. And so Spirit is telling me to tell you to be the sounding board, be there to listen, be there to question. You know, if they say, well, my point of view is this, you can ask them, well, you know, maybe you could just take a moment to see their point of view and maybe walk in their shoes and, you know, try to understand other points of view besides your own. And, you know, don't give them the answers. Give them guidance on how to find the answers.
all right.
Okay? I hope that helps.
Yeah.
You are a very powerful healer, by the way, so you should be doing healing work. You need to learn herbs or Reiki or quantum touch or something. Your spirit guides are telling me you come from a very long line of healers, and that's part of your ancestral inheritance, and you could be using it.
Well, thank you. I mean, I have been told that, and I always thought I was in a helping place, and that's where I always found my natural gift. But I have been wanting to explore like Reiki and hands-on or touching someone and feeling this life, this energy, this pulse. And you know, I think I just needed to get other things quiet around me to be able to explore that more.
I think you're going to find yourself with some time on your hands. And YouTube is a great resource to learn anything.
Well, I guess my granddaughters will be happy to hear that when I, you know, for a while I had to cut off all the YouTube.
Oh, well, you know, too much of a good thing is never a good thing.
Yes, but I never had I thought about using it for anything like that, and so I just may, and I just I can't say thank you enough. You know,
you're so welcome.
And
this is what I live for. You know, it's my mission. It's what I'm here for.
Well, it was just odd when you were talking about our karmic lessons as well, and you know, I have a granddaughter as well that I'm sure that you are very aware that she's very intuitive, and she at a very young age used to talk about how, you know, what it's like right before you're born, Grandma, that, you know, we all get a choice. And I'm like, how would she know anything about, you know, having a choice? And she said that everybody get to choose where they're going to go or what they're going to do. And she was probably 3, maybe 4 at the most. I mean, she had a wonderful ability to be able to communicate then. And with what you were saying.
She's probably one of the volunteers that came here, volunteered to be here for this new beginning. See, they're going to be the inheritors. You know, as older people, we might have, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years left at best. But the children are going to inherit this earth. And there are a lot of them that volunteered as souls to come here and be the next wave of healers, the next wave of light workers, quite frankly.
Yeah, well, I most certainly hope so. And I just, you know, I'm just concerned about her, and I just, with what you were saying today, made me feel more comfortable and more all right of where she's at. You know, it's good. It's good.
Yep, and remember one thing. If you take nothing else from this conversation tonight, remember that you are a creator being. We are a race of creator beings. And so what we think about, we bring about. So you need to not worry, because worry is a waste of energy, and energy is important, right?
Absolutely.
So you guard your thoughts and think nothing but good thoughts, and, picture your grandchildren and your children working it out. Picture them succeeding. Picture them, hold space for that, because what you think about, you bring about. And if you worry, then you bring about what you worry about. That's why the people that designed this virus, they know we're creator beings, and they've hijacked our creative endeavors by, if they feed us enough fear, which they do, then they know that our own minds will create hell on earth instead of heaven on earth. And so don't participate. Don't participate. Don't be part of the fear. I've been getting up every day. I've been praying. I take a sacred bath. I talk to my angels and guides. And then I get online and I send jokes out on YouTube, jokes out on Facebook, funny memes, spiritual memes, anything that's going to spread joy, love, and happiness. Because those are the three highest vibrations that you can hold within an avatar. And so if you can just hold space in those frequencies, that in itself is miracle codes for change.
Absolutely. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you for calling in. I am so grateful. If you get an opportunity, check out my YouTube channel. I put free content out every new moon, every full moon. I do the zodiacs, and I do channeled messages from Spirit on the times that we're in.
Oh, I most certainly shall be. And thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for your sound man back there that knows when we're muted and when we're not. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night, hon. Many blessings.
Thank you, and many, many blessings back to you. Thank you.
Bye.
This is great tonight. I'm not doing anything. People don't even know I'm here. It's like the best. I can just sit.
You didn't introduce yourself. I didn't even hear you introduce yourself for the new viewers.
I've been doing all types of behind the scenes work, trying to get everyone lined up, But once again, we're here with. If you're just joining us, we are here with Tracy Freight, and she's a great psychic and a friend of ours. So I'm sorry, I'm reading as I'm talking. I'm make sure everyone gets over to your YouTube and your Facebook. We had that posted conveniently on our live paranormal page for people just to one click away. But once again, tell people where they can, if they want to schedule a reading, where can they schedule that reading at? How do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can get a hold of me through Facebook Messenger if you're on Facebook. The link, you said you already linked it, so they can find it on the website. And also through my YouTube channel, which is T.RS Tarot Talk 1111. So it's actually TR's Tarot Talk 1111. And I have two channels, actually, but the primary one is the TR's Tarot Talk 1111. My second one is just simply Tarot Talk 1111, and it's where I get to do goofy stuff. It's my unicorn channel, my creative side. So, they can reach me through there, and my email is also TR's Tarot Talk 1111 @gmail.com. And so you can reach me that way as well. Actually, I can even give my phone number because it's a public number. My phone number is 440-265-9481. And the best way to reach me through the phone number is by text.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully your phone will be ringing off the hook for a good reason. not just like.
Oh, I hope so
prank
too,
calls.
because these are times where we all have to work from home, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
That's
actually sanitize and clean my new work area. I made myself a second work area so I could feel like I'm mobile. I can go into my office, my home office, my regular home office, so I can go in the basement now. So now I've got two work areas. So I can if I need to travel for work, I can say I'm traveling for work down the steps. But anyway, we have two more callers. Yeah. It makes me feel like I'm doing something productive. I can go and get dressed and say I got a meeting, I got to go to the office and go from one to the other.
Yeah, well, someday you're going to have to teach me how to have my own radio show. I know you've offered it to me, and I would like to take you up on it, but I got to get over the fear of screwing it up.
Oh, don't worry.
That's
I had that
fear.
I had that fear for the longest time, and trust me when I tell you, and I'm not kidding, it's super easy. It's intimidating when you first look at it, but it's really super easy. It's point click.
Really?
I mean, it's really difficult.
I'm going to have to bite
nudge,
the bullet because I'm going to have to bite the bullet because these are new times, right?
Yeah.
And in the past, I had fear of failure, and these days, I'm kind of more afraid of success because I feel it coming, and I feel like the collective needs people like me, and so I know that it's coming, and I'm going to have to get on board, which means I'm going to have to learn some things, right?
Well,
yeah, and you know what? If you mess it up, we don't mind.
No, we won't hold it against you. We like you. If we didn't like you, then we probably first of all I wouldn't have off. Second of all, and then we're not gonna we won't get that mad. I might send a message. I'll send a message that sounds like I'm mad, but I'm really not. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at doing that.
Rob, I'm psychic, dude. Remember? I'm psychic. You can't be mad at me. You love me.
Speaking of people who probably love you, I guess depending on how the outcome of the reading is, but we have two more people. And are you good for two? We have final two.
Okay. I'm ready if you are.
All right, we have a 440 number coming on now.
Yep. You're live.
Hello?
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 Who am I speaking with?
Barbara?
Barbara?
Yes.
Hi, Barbara. Do I know you? Are we friends? Do we know each other?
No, I don't know you.
Okay. Well, 440 is my hometown, so I thought maybe we knew each other.
Oh. You might know one of my children. I don't know.
So did you come prepared with a question tonight?
Yes. I need to hear from the other side. I have questions about my children and my grandchildren, and I just want to hear from. I got a lot of people on the other side, and I need someone to give me some guidance at the moment.
Okay. Well, do you have a brother in spirit that passed away?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I feel like your brother, well, actually you have many people around you, but your brother is the spokesperson, and he's telling me that you don't take real good care of your health. What's going on with your health?
Oh, I've been I've been very depressed in the last, I had to move out of where I lived and move somewhere else, and I got so depressed that I would just play around, and let things go and not put things where they belong, and it's psychologically, I guess I was burned out.
Okay. Well, your brother is concerned about you. He wants you to eat better. He says you need to move more, you need to eat better. He wants to remind you that the avatar that you incarnated in is the only one you get this time around.
Okay.
Okay. And as far as your grandchildren, and did you say your children and grandchildren?
Yes.
My
grandson, basically.
I have. I have to ask a question, and please, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, because we are talking live.
Okay.
But is there somebody in your family with an addiction problem that's really struggling at this time?
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Once again, I have to say that we have to allow people to learn their karmic lessons, and it's not easy to watch people when they make choices that are hurting themselves and others, quite frankly. But
right. Oh, yeah.
These karmic lessons are also things that help ancestrally, like it actually gets embedded in your DNA and it's passed down. It's called ancestral patterning. And I feel like addictions have been in your ancestral patterning for many years. It's like, it was in mom and dad, it was in grandma and grandpa, whether it was alcoholism or drug addiction or shopping addiction or food addiction. Addiction is addiction. It's not the addiction you choose, right? It's just the need to over imbibe in anything. And so it's a DNA patterning that's been going down the line ancestrally. And I'm hearing from your brother that there is a young granddaughter, a younger girl, very young, who is going to be the chain breaker. She's going to break the link in the DNA ancestry so she will be the one that puts an end to that. And all the children and grandchildren born unto her will not carry that DNA imprint into the future.
Wow. That's fantastic because, it does, alcoholism is one of them. But, I mean, you're hitting everything right on.
Well, I wish, I can send healing energy and I can tell you that, life is a choice and you're going to have to make choices for yourself that you can live with. And if you can't, then try to get help. Remember that you are a role model for the younger generation. They watch you. They learn from you. And you're going to have to choose, because what happens, quite frankly, is when we are a soul and we incarnate in a body, we don't remember that we are source energy. We don't remember where we came from. But there's a part of us that longs for something, and we don't know what it is that we're missing. We just know that we're missing something terribly, and we long for it. And those who are empathic are very energetically charged with this empathy of missing home. They don't even know it's home they're missing, but they're missing God. They're missing source energy. They're missing when they were disembodied. And so a lot of times we choose to end our life early by not taking care of our avatars, because it's kind of a cop-out. It's like, I'm not comfortable here. I don't feel like I fit in. I don't feel like I'm happy. So why take care of myself? That's just going to prolong the life that I'm going to be here in this body. And so your brother would like to remind you that your body is a gift. And the empathy that you feel, the missing home, the missing family, the connection, is part of your gifts. It's part of the reason why you're here. And you kind of feel like you're drowning when he wants to remind you that you were born knowing how to swim.
I have two brothers that are deceased. Can you tell me, is the one that recently died, or is it one from years back?
It's the hugger. He's telling me he's the hugger.
Huh?
He's telling me he was the hugger, the one that hugged.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you? One was a hugger, and that's the one.
Okay.
And I'm not getting a name. Sometimes I get names, but usually they show me pictures. And he's showing me, I do kind of get the energy off of him that he might be the older one.
Okay. Yeah, he was the one that didn't really believe there was a God, and I had a big talk with him while he was dying, you know, and I says, yes, there is. You're going to soon know, you know.
Well, just remember, God is not an old man sitting on a throne somewhere up in a place that we can't get to. God is everything. Everything is God.
Yes,
anything
I believe
that has life. Anything that has life.
I've had many, many, many miracles from God, you know, and an experience with Jesus. So I have, you know, when I was 30, and I'm way over that now.
I'm not far behind you, probably. So I hope I helped. I want you to put your chin up and remember that you know how to swim. Okay?
All right. I have one more question.
Sure.
I had a husband that died at 49. I want to know if he still loves me or did when he died. Is there any way
well, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you this. I can say this without even drawing him in. When we go back to source energy, that is love. That's all it is. It is unconditional love. That's what God is. It's a vibration. It's a frequency, and it's the frequency of bliss. It's the frequency of unconditional love. So if he's disembodied, if he's back at source energy, then all he can feel is unconditional love.
Okay. And one more question. My grandson, can they tell you anything? Is he going to make it? He told me last night he died and went to heaven and they sent him back.
Does he have a blood disease?
He's got a heart thing, and he's got he's got a lot of things wrong with him.
I feel like he is.
Does Robert have?
I don't like to answer questions about life and death because nobody should really know when somebody's going to die. But I believe he's a very special individual, and there is going to be an awful lot of really, really wonderful things that come out of the life that he chose and the way he chose to show up this time.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It's hard to explain to him stuff, that why we can't come see him and stuff because everybody's locked in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people in that boat. There's a lot of people that have children in hospitals and people in hospitals, and they're being quarantined. They don't want them to get sick, so they're keeping them, away from their loved ones. And it's not an easy time. It really isn't. But just know that the souls that chose to come in on this wave knew that they were going to be experiencing this, and they took the burden upon themselves so others wouldn't have to.
And I also wondered, will anything get good for me? Will anything good happen to me before I go over to the other side?
Are you going to choose? Are you going to choose good things? Because if you choose good things, that's what you're going to experience. You are the creator in a body. So what do you want to create? If you want to create something good, you're going to have to create it. You're going to have to visualize it. You're going to have to desire it. And then you're going to have faith that it's on its way. That's the art of manifestation.
Yeah. I have a trouble, when someone calls and needs help, just there's someone that I, unconditionally love, and you shouldn't give it to them because they're probably going to use it on drugs or something, How do I say no?
Healthy boundaries, frankly, healthy boundaries. It's like, I love you, you need a hug, you need food in your stomach, fine. But I'm not giving you money. I'm not going to enable you. I can love you from over there. You don't have to be here. I can love you from over there. And people who choose their addictions are going to have to choose their breaking point, the point where they hit bottom. And every time you cushion that fall for them, you set them up for starting all over again.
Oh, okay.
All right, so healthy boundaries. And remember that everything external to us is a mirror. It's like walking through the woods and every limb has a mirror hanging from it. So if you have a lot of people in your life that don't give unconditional love, you might want to go inside of yourself and look at how you feel about yourself, because if you don't unconditionally love yourself, then nobody else is going to be able to do that either, because you're not a vibrational match.
Yeah. Well, I love myself.
Good. That's the way to be.
Very much. And I know God loves me too.
That's right. That's right. And you are God in a body. You're an aspect of God. You're a chip off the old block.
Okay.
So act like it.
Okay. I really appreciate, you talking to me, and I feel better already.
Oh, good. I am so happy. Be in happiness. Be in enjoyment, because that's a high vibration. And when you're vibing high, your body's immune system kicks in and starts doing all kinds of cool things that it was created to do.
Yeah, right. It self-heals itself. I understand that.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay, so thank you for calling in. I truly appreciate you. I hope I helped in some way, shape, or form. And thank you for being willing to talk about your family and your circumstances in a way that other people can hear, and hopefully it will resonate with them too. Because we're all humans, and we're all having these experiences.
Right. And it's like I say, I've experienced miracles, many, 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 thousands of them, times when the angel had to be there to save me, They just show up from nowhere.
Every time your heart beats without you telling it to is a miracle. Miracles are happening within your body every second of every minute of every day.
You're right. Absolutely.
Okay?
Okay. Thank
All
you
right,
so
honey.
much.
You're welcome. You have a blessed evening.
Thanks.
Okay. God bless you.
To you too.
Bye-bye.
All right, we
got
one
more?
final caller. One final caller.
Yep.
Well, I was
and this
going
is
to say something or talk, but let's just bring her on. It's area code 513.
Yep. Bringing her in live.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I have a question from the other side.
Yes, what would you like to know?
If my daughter's okay, if her death was purpose or accident driven.
I'm hearing both. And yes, she is with you, and she is telling you that she made bad choices that got out of her hands. So I believe it was it was intentionally initiated but accidentally fulfilled.
Is she okay?
Absolutely. She has perfect health. She doesn't have an avatar, so, dis-ease is only in the physical body. Once you are no longer in the physical body, you are nothing but the frequency of unconditional love.
Well...
And did she leave children behind?
No. No.
Nieces, nephews, there's somebody she's concerned about that's young.
Yes, my granddaughter.
Okay, is your granddaughter heavily affected by her death?
Not as much as she used to be. We talk about it more and more.
Okay. Because for whatever reason, your daughter just has a little concern about her. I think she's afraid that what she did might maybe someday influence her in a way that's not of the highest and best. So keep an eye on her as she grows up, and teach her about love and teach her about people, that everybody makes mistakes and not everybody is capable, of overcoming everything. And just, keep her happy. Keep her happy, because I think that she's I think it happened our childhood wounds happen before the age of 12. And I know this because as an adult, and, I channel divine masculine, divine feminine energies, which is coming into balance during this new world that we're creating. We're going to balance our inner masculine and feminine energies. And so I'm one of those souls that chose to embody the divine feminine energy or archetype. And so I'm learning as an adult how to purge and heal my childhood wounds that I've made decisions from most of my life. And so, the first time somebody abandons you, it's an imprint. And the first time somebody lies to you, it's an imprint. And the first time somebody tells you you're not worthy, it's an imprint. And we all have them. There isn't a single person that's immune to it. But the thing is when you start ascending, and ascension is a vibration, it's, timelines are not linear. It's not point A to point B. They're circular. All timelines exist at the same time. That's why we're multidimensional. And as you raise your frequency and your vibration, you experience new higher vibrational timelines. And so I'm learning this in my 50s, that a lot of the imprints that happened to me as a child before the age of 12 are the ancestral DNA codes that we are now healing for the future. So, just make sure that you are somehow, some way teaching not the old paradigms. Don't be teaching the old, religious ways of looking at things. Teach your children, your grandchildren, just teach them love. Love is all that really is.
Right.
And it is what God, it's the embodiment of God, is love. So, don't teach them that God's an old man sitting on a throne somewhere casting people into hell to burn for eternity. That's the old paradigm. That is not going to be the paradigm of the future. And so those old systems are crumbling because they were built on faulty ground. My spirit guides told me, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Okay? But she's going to be fine. I think she will have a couple of struggles as she gets older because it did imprint on her as a young child, and she will have to purge that and heal from it. But the good news is that the new world we're creating is a higher vibrational frequency, and the healers are going to deal with energy instead of drugs.
Ah, okay.
So energy is going to be the wave of the future, and it's going to be how we heal one another.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Okay?
That makes,
I hope I helped because, I'm getting a lot of questions from people about, it seems to be the predominant question that people ask when they want to talk to a medium. They're like, I need to know that my loved one, my beloved, is okay. And quite frankly, they chuckle at that because they're more worried about you than you should be about them because they are unconditional love.
Well, could you tell her to give me a message? Because I've been asking for one and ain't got one.
Well, you just got one tonight, and she said to watch for white butterflies in the spring.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because usually with her, I get the dragonflies, weird ones.
Well, then, if you already have signs that you associate with her, because when my sister passed away, when she was in her hospital bed, the day that she took her last breath, actually about an hour before she took her last breath, an owl flew up to the window, hovered at the window, and looked me straight in the eye. And to this day, I see owls and hawks all over the place, and I know that that's my sister. So if you already have a sign that you associate with her, because they're just signs. They're not. The signs aren't important. What's important is that you're receiving them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right?
I just wanted to talk to her again, and I never got to do that before she passed.
She can hear you. Talk to her anytime you want. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a voice box anymore, so she can't talk back. Unless you hire Rob, he might be able to get an EVP for you. You know, Rob and Nikki, they have a way of connecting with the other side.
Right.
But yes, she's very healthy, very happy, and she loves you more than life itself.
Okay.
All right?
That's awesome. Yep, that's awesome.
All right, hon. Thank you so much for participating tonight, and I hope that the message you received is going to bring some hope into your life for the future.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very cool.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Did you have your little EVP thing going to see if you could catch any of those disembodied voices? Because I'm getting the vibe. Don't laugh. I'm getting the vibe that if you did it, you probably would.
I'll be completely honest with you. I think there's things going on here in my studios, and on top of it, when we do a lot of our shows, I hear things through, that she might not hear, and I play it back, and we've pulled EVPs out of our shows before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a very interesting concept.
And when you have a medium in the house, then that even strengthens the vibration and feeds energy, because that's what I do. That's how I become a medium, is I give energy to those that don't have it in order to allow them to communicate. So, that would be a good time to catch the EVPs, is when there is a medium around to give the energy. Because what we do is we step aside and give them our vessel as an energetic voice, quite frankly.
Right. Nice.
So, try it sometime. Invite me back and we'll try it.
We'll have to do it, because we have to, maybe we'll even, there's some shows that do like, they'll run devices or do EVPs and stuff while they have people call in. And you know what, with the extra time on our hands, maybe we'll try doing that.
Get creative, Rob. Create something that you didn't have yesterday, something you can pass down to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I can think of it, that's not 12:30 at night. In the morning. That's when I can become more creative then. But it was good. I enjoyed the show tonight. I enjoyed your readings, and I have we do like a little bit of a follow up questions and stuff. So we have, if you're good, we still have about maybe 5 or 10 minutes at the most, and just based on what you were telling people, I do have a question. And in regard to spirit guides, now it seemed like you communicate with spirit guides, or you're based on the readings that you just did for us. You mentioned spirit guides a lot. Now, is that some like a tool, or I guess use it as a tool? Is that something that you communicate with on a regular basis? And does everyone have a spirit guide? Do they have a spirit guide that's always willing to talk? Is that, how do you address that?
Okay, have you ever gotten quiet and thought about something and got an answer in your head?
All the time.
That's your spirit guides. We are all born with an inner compass, okay? The cartoons depicted as the little devil, the little angel. The devil is the ego, okay? And don't hate on the ego. The ego is actually a spirit that is a gift to you to protect you. But sometimes we forget that and we allow the ego to take control. And really it's not meant to be the controller of the avatar. It's meant to be the protector of the avatar. So a lot of times when you get quiet and you hear, maybe you hear, go ahead, do it. It's okay. Nobody will notice. Take an extra pastry, even though you're only supposed to have one. It's no big deal. You can do it. That's your ego. Okay, your ego is stroking itself. But the quieter voice, the one that's harder to hear, that is spirit disembodied. That Spirit is a collective. It's collective consciousness. It is God. It's everything that is, everything that was, and everything that shall be. It's called the Akasha. Every thought that we have in a human form is because we're creator beings, we create with our thought forms. If you're doing ghost hunts, that's what you are tapping into, is you are tapping into people's nightmares, people's thoughts. We create these things with our thoughts because that's how we create. And so once we create them, we forget about them, and then they're out there roaming around and have no purpose, right? And so a lot of the disembodied voices and stuff that you pick up on are thought forms. They're not all dead people. So spirit is literally God's source energy without a body. So some people call them spirit guides. Some people call them angels. Some people call them ascended masters or elementals or fairies, or it's just like you can say a black person, a white person, a red person, it's all the same thing with slightly varied energies. So you can do what I do. All you need to do is get quiet and ask, but then the big thing is the trust factor, right? For years, I didn't trust my gifts. And so, the messages would come through a little muddy at best. And as I've gotten older and I've gotten more to where I trust my inner compass, I trust those voices because time after time when I did trust them, they proved trustworthy. Then the more you practice that in your own daily walk, the more in tune you will become with your own disembodied source energy, which is what you are in a body. It's just a different vibration, a different frequency.
Well, I've heard. Well, the thing. So we've done a ton of investigations, thousands, and we meet a lot of people, and I've never really been sold on the fact that we have people, and I'm not putting anyone down. I'm not saying anything, bringing anyone out specifically, but someone will say they're talking to their spirit guide, and their spirit guide has told them they have a name. And I'm not sold on that. I haven't been sold on it. And then we did an investigation about a month, 2-3 months, and time goes by so fast now. And one of the people who was there was someone who channels, and he said that he was my spirit guide, and I struggled with it, like not comprehending it, because in what we do, you shouldn't try to comprehend anything, because everything, even though I'm skeptical, I keep an open mind. But I always found it kind of weird that people would say, "Oh, it's just my spirit guide. My spirit guide's name is Jim." Like I didn't know if they had names. That's why when you communicate with them, do they present themselves in a name form, or how do you do you think that's accurate, or the way you described it, it might not be a name form, or is that what makes them comfortable in talking to their spirit guide?
I don't name spirit. Spirit is a collective. It's not one energy. It's the collective energy, which means many. So, in the Bible, they call the demons legion, and everything. Okay, the way I look at spirit, because we're human and we have to make sense of it, and really it's beyond us. We can't make sense of it. So the closest I've been able to rationalize in my mind is like atoms, right, and mitosis. It's like God was one and split into two, and then split into 4, and then 6, and then 8, and here we are, 1 billion people on the planet later, right? So if you look at everything under a microscope, and I'm not saying that this is what spirit is, I'm saying this is an example that I can, in a human form, rationalize what spirit might look like. So every atom has dark matter and light matter, photons and dark matter, right? So if you were looking at the contrast as light and dark, day and night, good and bad, everything's dualistic in this environment. So when you look at things under a microscope, a very, very strong microscope, there's no solid matter. Everything is just sound vibrating. It's particles vibrating to sound, which is a frequency. And, you know, scientists have recorded what they call planet songs. You know, certain planets have a certain vibration, and if you transmute it through a tool like you do with a recording device, it almost sounds like a song, like it's singing. And so I believe that God is energy and everything is God and God is everything, everything is energy. And so everything comes from everything. It's really deep. It's cycles within cycles, right? So I don't name my spirit guides because I believe it's a collective. If you look at the works of like Abraham Hicks, she channeled spirit and she demanded a name, and they you know came up with the name Abraham, but they told her quite frankly that it was a collective. There's too many of the consciousnesses, that's a big word, to have one name. It's not one consciousness. It's many.
So you don't think there's like a specific like spirit that's assigned to you and its name is like Jim or whatever, you know, that name is, or do you think that it's presented to, in some people, their only capability of rationalizing any type of communication with a spirit or spirit guide is to have it in a name form? You know, like maybe
that's what I believe. I believe that our ego needs to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Because I mean,
so,
I was taken by surprise when this guy was like, "Hey, I'm now your spirit guide, and my name is this. You don't really believe in me," and which that part I can get, you know, because like I said, I'm open, but yet super skeptical. You know, do I think I have a magical guy who hangs around with me all the time? Not necessarily. But, you know, I've also thought many things, and, you know, in our investigations and research, you know, a lot of things that I had thought are just thrown out of the window. Or, you know, devices that I didn't think I would ever use. I started using them just because I wanted to see what I could find, and then it turns out, you know, I find it a valuable tool. You know, so I don't know. You brought up the spirit guide, and it's something that, like, Nikki and I have been toying with the ideas, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes we kind of joke around, like she'll call me, like she's like, "Hey, I'm your spirit guide," and you know, like we have a little fun with it, you know. And she's like, "Hey, ask Tracy about your spirit guide," like 7 times, and while we're doing this, because she wants to know because of the experience, and I guess the fact that I was kind of put on the spot while we were doing this investigation, when you know that was fun for her just in general. Anytime I'm put on a spot or anytime it's an awkward situation, that for me, it's weird. It's like if it's an awkward situation from her, I try to like smooth it over and help. And if it's an awkward situation for me, she sits there and just enjoys it. It's it's a very funny dynamic. You know, I'm always
eat it up.
Let me help, or you know, let me try to get her out of the situation.
Too. I'm just here to say, she stole your birthday too.
Oh. And his joy. Right?
Yeah.
So just let me interject here just for a moment. Okay, nothing is right, nothing is wrong, nothing is solid, everything is energy, and we can only perceive it in the way we choose to. That's why there's many religions, there's many belief systems. A little girl who talks to her doll, who believes its name is Mary, and it talks back to her, it's all true. It's true because she believes it, and she's a powerful creator. So thoughts become forms, become energetic beings. And so, you know, if you're a spiritual person and you don't really know what you're channeling, you just know that it's nice to you, and it's calling itself Bob or Billy or Tom or whatever, that is you. That's a filter. It's a human filter. So that particular energy is communicating with you in a way that only your mind will accept. See, I'm on this ascension journey, so I look at the big picture. I used to look, I use this analogy on my channeled video that I just did and uploaded on YouTube, is that, if everything is God, if God's the Alpha and God's the Omega and God's everything that was, everything that is, and everything that shall be, so, and time is not linear, it's multidimensional, it's secular. So let's look at it like bean dip, okay? 7-layer bean dip. If you stuck your hand in the bean dip, your fingernails are only experiencing one layer of the bean dip. Your knuckles are experiencing maybe the cheese, and it's layered, right? So these are dimensions, and your fingers aren't aware of what your eyes are. Your eyes get the tallest, biggest perspective of the bean dip. It's like, oh, it's just bean dip, and I can pull my hand out and lick it off, and it's going to be yummy. But your fingernails don't know that. So it's like if God is a tree, and you're a branch of the tree, and you've always been on the east side, you've seen every single sunrise. But you've never been on the west side, so you've never seen a sunset. So if somebody told you that the sunset wanted to talk to you, how would you conceptualize it? You can't conceptualize something you've never experienced. So you give it a name.
Right.
So here's the $1 million question. What's my spirit guide's name?
I would call your spirit guide Brave. That's what I would call your spirit guide, is Brave. Brave as hell.
Right.
No, so really your spirit guide is just your higher self. It's your it's it's the eyes that know about the 7-layer bean dip that you're immersed in. So it's the higher perspective. It's the highest. It's God. It's everything that is, everything that was, everything that ever shall be. It's everything. And so, the only way you can conceptualize it is by giving it a name. You choose. What do you want to call it? You want its name to be Jim? Call it Jim.
No, see, I was already given the name of my spirit guide, so now it's been ruined forever.
Yeah, well, that's their ego.
Now I
that's,
know.
That's their ego. That's the medium. See, not everybody is a clear channel for spirit. Everybody is a channel for spirit, but not everybody is a clear channel for spirit. And don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because nothing's wrong. Everything's just perspective.
Okay.
I take it all with everything with a grain of salt. It's just the fact that I was struggling with it, and she wouldn't help me. Is the part that I have more issue with than anything. Because we go into an investigation, and I look at her. I'm like, if anything bad happens, anything goes down, we got each other's back, right? She's like, we got this. And then we get there, and it goes down, and it's happening to me. I look at her for help, and she's smiling and looking down. So I knew I was like stranded on an island.
Yep,
so,
you were.
Oh, you're going to be fine. And I'm here to tell you, if you fell over with a heart attack, she'd be the first one pumping on your chest. So don't worry about it.
There you go. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, that's true. But
she might do it with her heels. She might do it with her heels. But
details. Exactly. That's
all
funny.
right, guys. Are we wrapping it up here? Because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But I love and miss you guys so much. When this whole coronavirus shit's done and over with, we need to hook up. We need to do a show together or something.
Yes, I agree.
Well, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow, and we'll talk about setting you up with even like an every other week show on here would be smart. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, because it is good for marketing promotion. So we appreciate you joining us tonight, and everyone check out the links for Tracy Frick on our Facebook
TR's
page.
Tarot Talk 1111. Don't forget. Come check me out on YouTube. And my new favorite saying is, if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe.
Love that. That's catchy. I like it.
That's catchy. That's right.
So it's funny. And anytime I enjoy things that rhyme, but I don't know if Nikki does as much.
No, I like that.
Stuff
That was catchy.
Stuff
Maybe
that
it's just because it's not something you came up with, Rob. I think that's what it is.
I could have fed that to Tracy. I'd be like, hey, this is what you want, and this is from me. And if you said it was from you, she would love it. If I say it, she'd be like, yeah, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
100% true.
That's feminine. That's distorted masculine, distorted feminine. I'm just here to tell you the future is going to balance that shit out.
Very cool.
All right. Well, then we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Yep,
Love you
thank
both.
you.
Love you both. Be healthy. Be safe. Be smart.
Thank you. You too. Stay healthy.
All right.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And I've got a cough now, so apparently that's bad. But
way to go. Way to contaminate.
You guys are all going to get sick now.
Great. Hopefully it can't be transferred through, through the internet or through podcasting and any other way that people are listening. No.
The Chinese created the internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. Just making that up. Actually, I know what my coughing issue has to do with fumes. I decided to clean my office area, and the funny story is I in my office here, I have a computer that runs off a battery. That it's a laptop that doesn't have a battery that works, so it has to stay plugged in. And right before the show, I decided it was a really good idea to get the carpet washer, the steam one out, and do the floors. And then I thought I'd throw the electric fireplace on too, because it would heat the room up, and then the floors would dry faster. And like maybe 3 minutes into it, it blew all the fuses in my basement. And
nice.
All the stuff I was working on was then not there because it has to be plugged in. So that was not good. And I think the result of my coughing is the fact of the fumes from all the cleaning products I used today. So I don't think I'm actually sick. It's that tickle I talked about, which I guess,
just keep going.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more it tickles.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My oh my.
So I think I might have to change my. I don't know. I'll have to ventilate. Maybe the fact that I didn't have any kind of ventilation. I was working with bleach and cleaning products all day down in the basement. Was like not a great.
That could do it. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, let's have a radio show. This makes sense. I'm all loopy and coughing, and I'm like, let's go live.
I want to cough on air. Yeah.
It seems like a great idea to go live tonight. But let's just some more announcements, because we did a special announcement tonight of this show, and that was cool that Tracy decided to join us last minute.
Yeah.
We've gotten such good feedback from our free reading show that we decided to put one out there tonight. And if all goes well, I think we're going to do one tomorrow night. We do have our show live on Tuesday. We will look at Wednesday and Friday. Now, we do have a show called My Darkest Hour on Live Paranormal that airs at 11 o'clock on Thursday. So I don't think we can do it on Thursday, though we could get creative and do it on Facebook Live. We'll see how that goes. But we do have some very well-known psychics that are interested in doing the free reading shows with us this week. And stay tuned, because we're going to be making those announcements. Check out our Facebook page, because we have a couple that are going to be coming back and doing more, and then a couple that are as seen on television that will be joining us and giving out free readings. And I think it's going on pretty well.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially if the people got the free readings.
Yeah, definitely. Always a good day when you get a good, you get a free reading. Who doesn't love that? I know I love it.
I've never even gotten a reading.
Well, we're going to have to fix that.
Yeah, I've gotten where I've been given readings as far as the fumes are catching.
Oh my God.
I think maybe my mixture of carpet cleaner was maybe off.
Maybe it might have been a little too strong there.
It was like only supposed to be like one little thing full, and I went through 5-gallon cleaner with 680 square foot. I'm not sure if that was. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my Lord.
No, I did the math correct. That much I have a strong point. I think that sometimes on math I'm okay unless it comes to like 6th grade math nowadays. But
yeah, no, me either. I'm lost.
I can do my conversions and stuff without any issues. So I don't know if that's that, or I don't think I took a swig of the cleaner by accident or anything.
I would hope you didn't. That would be really weird.
It would be.
It wouldn't be good. Mhm.
It'd be like in the like the Our Gang comedies. Like didn't they drink like bubbles by accident? And they were talking bubbles.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but
no, I do. It's cool.
Little Rascals, Alfalfa.
Yes.
I think it was Alfalfa. I think
I'm
Alfalfa
familiar.
had the soap.
Yes, and was like basically talking and like burping bubbles.
Yes. Yeah, burping bubbles. He was singing, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The Barber of Seville. You know, I'm an avid Little Rascals watcher.
Of course, yes. Naturally.
But maybe I've got time on my hands. Maybe catch up on.
You can watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I wonder if you can get those online.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can.
I think the movie came out at one point, like back in probably early '90s.
That's the one that I saw. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about the old school one, like the one.
Oh, you can probably find it somewhere.
Black and white. The real ones.
The real deal, yeah. I don't know. I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
Got time on my hands, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know. I know you know because I talked to you before the show, so I don't want to don't want to lie, but you know the state of Ohio is closing down in full, so I'm going to my office tomorrow, and I'm going to get my supplies and bring stuff home, including an extra office chair. If I could, I would take my copier, but my copier is a industrial and then office copier, so I don't necessarily think that our business size, not industrial, that would fit in any car. But that would be great to have.
Yeah.
And all
I'm
types
sure.
of stuff. So, but after tomorrow at midnight, we can no longer leave our houses.
That sucks.
Unless we're going to get essentials. Now, my office is like 100 feet from where I buy my essentials, so I guess if I ever need stuff, I can always go to the office. They won't know unless they're listening to this podcast, which I don't think is going to happen.
Your luck, probably.
You know what? That's probably like, oh yeah, you're the guy who does that podcast. You said you can go to his office. So, yeah.
Ha ha ha! We're on to him, right?
They were just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I think it's more of like, even though they said it's like you're on lockdown, I think it's more recommended because how do they enforce that? I guess if you get pulled over, you need to either have groceries or like, if I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm going to the grocery store. Like, where are they gonna be like, well, no, you're not. And I go, well, how do you know? You know, so I don't really know how that all works and how that can be enforced because it doesn't make any sense. And then the list of stores that are for essentials are by no means what I would consider essential stores. Businesses. They gave a list in the internet, obviously, because they didn't like send a paper list out or anything. And some of the stuff just doesn't even make sense of why it would be considered essentials. Like I don't know why a liquor store is considered an essential store. I guess you're using alcohol
because people will die without it.
I think you're helping people if you shut it down.
No, people can die from not having alcohol if they're an alcoholic. Like, you can actually die. So that's why.
Yeah. You can just look at it at the grocery
No, it's
store.
true.
I'm not laughing, I'm coughing.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I was trying to find the list real fast, but I can't.
Mhm.
You can still do. So basically, what they did is they put it down like the guy. I think this is. I don't ever talk politics or anything, but it's like they didn't change anything, but now he's saying it's a stay-at-home order. Like he wanted to like beef up his like puff out his chest because there's like nothing that changed.
Mhm.
It's all the same stuff. It's just I guess like you can't. He just wanted to make it seem like you're doing more.
Okay. I don't know.
That's my opinion. Well, so the list prior to when he said it compared to the list now is really identical.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, so that'd be like, there's no change except for maybe the couple stores that like are clothing stores that tried to stay open that are like mom and pop. That's not a chain. That'd be the only difference. Besides that, it's pretty much. I guess you can't go to the playground, but I'm not really sure they're not going to have the cops sitting out at the playgrounds all over the city. That'd be like a waste of resources, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You never know that. I'll go sit there and like walk through the playground and taking a shortcut. Next thing you know, the cops are all over. Just because I decided to take the playground shortcut.
Right.
But anyway. Well, I guess now are we going to try to go live tomorrow? Is that something we're trying for? Because we have readers that will do it.
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
Putting you on the spot.
Putting me totally on the spot, but I think that we can do that. I think that'll be fine.
Awesome. So
yeah.
We will see everyone most likely tomorrow. If not, we blame her.
Yep, that works.
I like it.
Okay. All right, everyone. Take care and have a great night. And thank you for tuning in to a special edition of Live Paranormal Spotlight Radio. We should be back probably tomorrow night with another special episode. If not, you can always catch us on Tuesdays at 10:30 right here on liveparanormal.com. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.